Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill.
Ryan, stop.
Sorry. Hey everybody, Bill's out this episode, so we're gonna cover for him, Alright, now let's get to physics. Tell him, Nayeli.
Today we'll be learning about light spectrum.
Back to Nancy.
First, you have to know what spectroscopy is. Spectroscopy is the interaction between matter and electromagnetic radiation.
Wow, that's very interesting, Nancy. But I don't care. Alright, Marcos, you're up next.
There are three types of spectrums. One is continuous, the other absorption, and the other is emission. But I'm here to talk about continuous spectrum. Continuous spectrum is light emitted by anything that's very hot and dense like stars. A rainbow of light of all energies is created because hot dense objects contain many loose electrons that emit photons of any energy.
What?
The emission spectrum is a spectrum of frequencies of electromagnetic radiation emitted due to an atom or molecule making a transition from energy state to a lower energy state. Absorption spectrum is a characteristic pattern of dark lines or bands that occurs when electromagnetic radiation is passed through an absorbing medium into a spectroscope.
You guys ready for more facts? Continuous spectrum, produced by all incandescent solids and liquids and by gases under high pressure. It's a spectrum containing energy at all wavelengths. Here's an example of a distribution of a black body spectrum.
The absorption spectrum. It forms when the atoms and the molecules change states when specific amounts of energy are absorbed. The atomic states are the results of the arrangement of electrons in the atomic orbitals. The electron in the orbital can get excited to a more energetic orbital by absorbing one photon that has the energy equal to the energy difference of the two orbitals. Here's an example. The absorption spectrum produces a beam of monochromatic radiation that can be shifted progressively across the spectrum.
The emission spectra of elements all have distinct spectra. The different colors of light produced by emission spectra allows them to be identified. Elements can be identified by the atoms that are produced when energy, by heating or electric current used to see their emission fingerprints. Spectroscopes would allow someone to determine the wavelengths each of the element is giving off. Here's an example of calculating emission spectra from common light.
What's that, Miss Shepard? 2 minutes and 45 seconds aren't good enough for you? Alright, here's some more examples. Fucking bitch.
These are all connected by the electromagnetic spectrum. The electromagnetic spectrum is a term used by scientists to describe the entire range of light that exists. From radio waves to gamma rays, most of the light in the universe is in fact invisible to us. Light is a wave of alternating electric and magnetic fields.
Let me take it from here, Nancy. The electric... Go back to Nancy. Go.
The electromagnetic waves your eyes detect is visible light.
What she said.
So, everyone's home, and I'm the one with the equipment. So you're kind of stuck with me, alright? For the rest of the video. But don't worry, it'll be fun. Alright, let's go. Light spectrum. Light spectrum can mean the visible spectrum, the range of wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation which our eyes are sensitive to. Or it can mean a plot or chart or graph of the intensity of light versus its wavelength, or sometimes its frequency. Most possible, and I'm going to show you guys the word light, which can refer to what we see or to the part of the electromagnetic spectrum that optical telescopes, especially the ones down here on the ground, work in, and sometimes just occasionally it means the whole of the electromagnetic spectrum or any electromagnetic radiation. The realization that visible light is made up of colors is often attributed to Isaac Newton, who used a prism to create a spectrum from a beam of white light and another to recombine them back into white light. And what's it called when you spread light into a spectrum for the purpose of studying it? I'll give you guys a minute. It starts with an S, ends with copy. The answer is... And is there a different word if it's infrared, ultraviolet, X-rays, which are spread into a spectrum? Nope, it's... Thank you all for watching. I hope y'all learned something and I hope we get an A. Alright, goodbye. A spectrum containing energy at all wavelengths. What the fuck? That made no... Wait, what?